out. And what we're going to do here is we're going to be doing our perimeter of gold beads here. So we're using these same gold beads that we used for the center here, and we're going to do a perimeter. Now the line that I'm using is this white line here that goes all the way around the heart. So where it's thicker here, I'm going to stick to the outer side of that line there of the template. I'm ignoring this dark edge. The only reason I've left that dark edge is so that I can see where that outer line is. I tend to start my beadwork somewhere that's not near the point or the tip. I always start on the edge. That's how I've done it. So let's go with that. When I'm starting, I like to do a little stitch for the first one with no beads, and that's just to make sure that my knot doesn't pull through. You can see that like that now. All right, so I am going to do a 4 bead back stitch to go all the way around this perimeter. So I start with my 4 beads. This is just the same as the stitch that we used when we went around the 2-hole cabochon earlier and the Cheops bead. Like that. So I've got my 4 beads on. Now I'm coming up between 2, so between the 4, and passing back through 2 again. Now people do these back stitches in lots of different ways. I find that when I'm using beads as small as a size 15, you can get away with a 4 bead back stitch for your embroidery. Some people like to add just 1 bead at a time. Some people add 2 and go back through 3, I think it is. I've just got into a rhythm of adding 4 and going back through 2. So I've added my 4. Now I'm coming up. And I'm going back through 2. And you see, after each stitch, I'm pulling that thread tight. I'm holding those beads into position and I'm pulling that thread nice and tight. It's making sure those beads are super snug and they've got nowhere to go. Right, so now I've got to this corner here. If I just carried on here without going down into the foundation first, my point here would not be even on both sides. So what I'm actually going to do is I've passed through those 2 beads again. I'm going to come back down through the foundation. And I'm going to bring my needle up sort of near the middle of this bead here so that it doesn't get pulled out of position. And the other beads on the other side of that little point don't have any threads pulling it out of position either. And again, I'm sort of laying them down, checking where it goes. And you get a nice finish there. So I'm just seeing if 4 beads is too much here. I think it's going to be just perfect. Come to that point. And I'm going to do the same here as what I did up there. I'm going to bring that needle down. Come up again through the foundation and start again. It just stops the beads being pulled in the direction that I don't want them to be pulled in. Gives you a cleaner point at the end of your beadwork. You see, I just passed through some of these beads here at the end just to pull all of that nicely together. All right, so now I'm going to come through to the other side here. Going to create a little knot. And means if I have any trouble with those beads coming off, when I'm trimming later, if any of them becomes loose, then I won't lose any more than just those beads because it's all knotted off. Okay, so when we come back, we're going to be working on some of these scrolly bits to outline.